It's been 9 years into the U.S.-led conflict in Afghanistan, and top U.S. officials say efforts there may be hampered because of politics in the country.
Nice vehicles.
Andrew Exum, former advisor to U.S. General Stanley McChrystal, says that the U.S. and allies may not always be in lockstep with Afghan government objectives. The report out of the Center for a New American Security comes as Afghanistan President Hamid Karzai calls for U.S.-led foreign troops to coordinate more closely with Afghan military operations. He has also made overtures to give the Taliban a bigger role in the country's government. Karzai heads to Washington next week to meet with U.S. President Barack Obama. Carl Forsberg is a research analyst at the Institute for the Study of War.
So they'll be talking about the framework for reconciling with the Taliban and reconciling with some of the other insurgent groups that work alongside the Taliban. But there's also going to be the issue of the relationship between the U.S. and Afghanistan on the table.
Two top Pentagon officials testified before the House Armed Services Committee this week. They gave an optimistic assessment of the war, but many senior military officials say that any best-case scenario is still tentative at best.
It would matter if they allowed Al-Qaeda to become a terrorist base, and then Al-Qaeda would start using that to launch attacks against the United States and Europe.
Defense Undersecretary Michelle Flournoy said the insurgency is losing momentum, but her views have not been widely shared with academics and military analysts who make a much more conservative view on troops' progress.
It does make it hard to focus on the military operations when we're worrying about whether we can really work with the Afghan government.
After years of fighting a persistent Taliban, supporters of the effort say staggering amounts of time and money have been wasted. U.S. President Barack Obama deployed 30,000 additional troops to Afghanistan. About half of those are in place now. By the end of the summer, about 98,000 U.S. troops will be stationed there. Colin Campbell, Washington.